Hello and welcome to the channel. Cryptip quick news on this Sunday. So guys, before we get started, if you could smash that like button, if you could hit the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. But let's just jump into it. Everybody needs reassuring and that's what I'll try to do. So let's jump in. So today guys, as you can see, we're talking about the crypto space, and with Russia, we're going to Russia first with a SWIFT. It just says with Russia cut off from SWIFT, could Bitcoin play a role in avoiding sanctions? So Russia's got about, here it is, 640 billion held in reserves. But they're going to make it, the Americans are going to make it very, very difficult for them to access it. So I don't condone what they're doing, but yet again, a centralized server that is holding back their funds, which is incredible. So this is just highlighting the use cases for cryptocurrencies where they are decentralized. And Bill Ackman, who puts it very, very clear here, says, I wouldn't want to keep my money in a bank that can't access the SWIFT system. Once a bank can't transfer or receive funds from other banks, its solvency can be at a risk. If I were Russian, I would take my money out now. Bank runs could begin in Russia on Monday. So what is this telling you guys? Remember, this is just a little one in Northern Rock where everybody was panicking and they were rushing to the banks to try and get the money out because it was going bust, there was going to be nothing in. And this is similar. So this is just highlighting the use case for cryptos to me. Although it's very, very sad. If people can't get their funds out of the bank, it's a massive risk because you think all your life you've got your money in that bank account that it's safe. Well, this is just proving that it's not. So this is just highlighting more adoption for cryptocurrencies, whether it'll be Bitcoin or any other. So people will be looking for an alternative where stuff like this can't happen. And like I say, the Russians, there might be a lot of volatility in Russia now because people might be setting up accounts, they might be wanting to join the revolution really on cryptocurrencies. So that's just one off from SWIFT. Crypto donations pour in after Ukraine government asked for Bitcoin and Ether. So 17 million is raised so far, and all he's done is he's given them the wallet addresses and people have poured in and sent it in. So obviously it's good that the world wants to help out and obviously sending money. I don't know what they're going to do with that money, whether it would be buy more arms dealers or whatever, I'm not too sure. But this is just showing you another use case for crypto where you can just fire it across. Remember in Canada where people GoFundMe set up a GoFundMe page and made millions from it, or should I say donated millions, and they froze the account so they couldn't utilise the funds that were in it, which is disgusting. So this is another way that it's telling you, like they've asked for Bitcoin and Ether, and people have stood up and been counted, and they've raised 17 million so far, and their accounts haven't been frozen because it's been through cryptocurrency. So yet again, guys, the adoption is taking place, and it's got the best use case that I can think of when stuff like this is happening. Let's go on to the charts. So guys, the Russia attack was confirmed roughly like on the 23rd of Feb. And all of a sudden it took this big tank because the market was uncertain, investors were uncertain, and investors don't like uncertainty. They like to know what's going on at all times. Also, they've got a clear view on investing, and it dropped all the way down to 34.2, I believe. And then that's where the smart money come in and thought, well, guys, this is a great buying opportunity. If the fundamentals are still in place in Bitcoin, which they are, and then they can sense an opportunity, and that's exactly what they did. And basically, it's called buying the dip. So we had this macro event where there's panicked. They've come back and bought it, and basically it's consolidating back round about this area. I know just there now we're having a little bit dip, but this is really the support area here, 37. That's what I'd be looking for. But this has been consolidating for a while. Still uncertainty. No one knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows if it's going to tank back down to 35. Nobody knows if it's going to be up. But if you're in for the long term and you know fundamentally that this is a cryptocurrency that's here for the long term, then it's less worrying, because if we go on to the daily, and shift to the daily, if you look onto the daily, since November, we've been coming down and down and down and down, and basically we've hit this bottom and we've bounced up, and now this is a nice retest in my eyes. So this retest here, this is what I'm looking at, this retest. And if I'll go down to the 4 hour on this, but this retest, this is what I'm looking at. And that's why I don't get worried, because like I say guys, fundamentally crypto, this Bitcoin and crypto is here for the long term. So if this can hold up between here and between March, I'll be very happy. And I think we're going to at least push towards the 45 again. And that's where the test comes in. But you see now the markets can be so volatile. 1 minute you can be at 35, the next you can be at 40, you can be at 55. With Bitcoin, the volatility is there. But like I say, over the long term, guys, this is something to consider, because it's been solid for the last 10, 12, 14 years or whatever since it's been out. And this is where the fundamentals don't change. If you've done your investment from the fundamentals, you can't go wrong. If you bought the top, say when it hit 20,000, if you bought at the top then, and you seen Bitcoin coming down to 4,000, like obviously you are so angry, you think it's a scam and stuff. But if you've got patience, if you had patience, then when it reached 40,000, 60,000, you would have 2x your money. So patience is a game in this, guys. Let these macro events play out, because there'll be more macro events along the journey. In the next 5 years, there could be another 5-6 macro events that shock the markets, and there'll be a big dip. But one thing I do know is that they always recover, and that's what I look at. And as long as you, like me, which I showed you in your previous videos, as long as you are staking crypto and earning crypto, yield farming crypto, so when days like this come and it has a big dip, you're accumulating regardless. So that's what it's all about. You do your research, you invest, and before you invest, think of the long term, 5-6 years. Is this crypto still going to be here in 5, 10, 15 years? And that's how I do my investments. If they are, great. If they're speculative, like Dogecoin and stuff like that, you don't know if they're going to be there 5 years, so you can't afford to wait the long term, because you need the results now. And that's something that I don't speculate in. So I just want solid fundamentals, solid with growth. And all you do is, once your investment's made, you cultivate that. The foundations are there, you cultivate it, you have that faith, and you will get the rewards. So try not to think of all the short-term volatility with markets shooting down and up and stuff like that. So if we go on to the market cap, so the market cap still at 1.8. It's been like that for a while, but in between that, and obviously we broke up towards the 3. But this is what I like. So we've been flatlining, and in 21 this is where it really took off. So this is 2017. Basically it was speculative. Bitcoin was very speculative then, and it shot up to whatever, $1 trillion, and then it was deadline for a few years. Obviously we had the bear market, but then again we've shot up again, and we've broke all-time highs. We've retested the old high, and we've come up again and even hit 3 trillion. And as we've come down, we've hit a higher high. So we've come up, we've hit a low, we've hit a higher high, we've hit a higher low. And basically, guys, it's just depending on how it plays out. But if you look, there's so much positivity in the crypto market these days, with big institutions getting involved. You've got banks getting involved. You've got the metaverse. You've got NFTs. You've got solid utility around the globe with these. And these will go towards 10, 15, 20 trillion in years to come. If you look at the two stock markets in America, USA, and the United States, basically, you've got like 50 trillion in each. Like the index is 50, the S&P or whatever is 50 trillion in each, and this is only 2% of that one market in the USA. So just think of it globally. There's trillions. There's loads. They can take a lot of share from the markets, and that's why I'm so bullish on cryptocurrency. But like I say, always do your own research. Never invest something with money that you haven't got. Never leverage trade. Never go and try and leverage the money thinking that you're going to win, because you'll lose in the long term. It's slow and steady wins a race. You get the few people that hit lucky, but in the long term they'll get burnt. So like I say, build the foundations, just be steady, and then cultivate it and have faith, and in the long term you will be successful, and that's what it's all about, guys. So like I say, that was just me with the Crypt Tip quick news. And if you like this, guys, hit the like, always subscribe, just so I can grow the channel more and get this out to more people who need to listen to this, just for educational purposes. And if you like the video, like I say, hit the like, and I'll see you all in the next video.